Okay, so good morning, everyone. Welcome. We're going to get started right away this morning. So you can go ahead and come actually up to a standing position today. And make sure that you're comfortable in your standing position. Get your feet firm on the ground. We're going to start with soft hands at the heart. We're going to take a deep inhalation, tense the arms out. Relax them in. Push them out. Relax them in. Double inhale up. And relax them down. Okay, so we're inhaling out. Tense the arms. Relax in. Exhale forward. Tense up. Relax down. A little quicker. Now with the affirmation, I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic. I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic. Shift the energy. I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic. All right. Let's rub the palms together. Good. Rub up and down the whole body. So go up and down the arm. And the affirmation, rejoice my body cells, rejoice. Rejoice my body cells, rejoice. Get your chest into the belly. Good, low back. Down by the hips and the thighs. Just feel the whole body waking up all at once. Down to the feet. Good, all the way up. Shoulders, neck, and to the head. A little scratch to wake it up. Good. All right. Let's take tips of the fingers. We're going to anchor them into the scalp. The affirmation, as you shift the skin on your scalp, awake my sleeping children, awake. Awake my sleeping children. All the little cells of the brain, feel them waking up underneath your touch. Good. Good. And then release back to the body. We'll do a drumming up and down the arms. Everything waking up. Beat the chest, down the belly, down the thighs. Good. The low of the back, right by the kidneys. And then up to the head. And we'll end on the head with the affirmation. Be wise, be strong, my brain. Be wise, be strong. Be wise, be strong, my brain. Good. All right, last of all, we're marching in place. Make sure your knees are high. Lift your feet as high as they can go and swing the arms. Opposite arm to opposite leg. And look right in front of you, embracing what's coming to you in your life in this moment. And we'll use the affirmation, I am awake and ready. I'm awake and ready. A little bonus, if you can feel the center of your body, which is your spine. Good, and let the marching slow down. Let's bend the knees, take a deep inhalation, circulate the arms up. Good, exhale, hands into the heart. Just take a pause, close the eyes. Rest the weight towards the balls of your feet and stand tall. Okay, we're going to continue our practice with a pranayama or a breathing technique. This is called the full yogic breath. So exhale all the breath out of the body. Deep inhale through the nose, nice slow breath. Carry the palms up the spine, all the way above the head. Turn the palms out as you exhale. Release all the breath. Slowly bending the knees. Inhale, fill the lungs, belly, ribs, and chest. Palms come up, right up the center. Full breath and exhale, release out. We're going to do that about 2 more times. You move in your own rhythm. Inhale to circulate up. Focus on the breath, slowing down. Exhale to dive forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Empty the breath out. Inhale, find you rising. The rounded back, palms up the center line. When you're full at the top, exhale to slowly release down. So one more time, and feel that your energy is flowing smooth and harmoniously. That you're circulating and releasing any patterns of thought or feeling that no longer serve you. And that you're really drawing up from the earth through the body all the energy that you need, and exhale to release out and down. All right, let's stand tall for a moment with eyes closed. Center your awareness at the point between the two eyebrows and breathe for just about 3 or 5 more breaths. Stay completely engaged in your last breath or two, aware of the inner body, and then we'll slowly open the eyes. Let's go ahead and start with the rubbing of the palms one more time here. And we're going to take feet a little bit wider. Let's do a lot of it wider, and we'll bend the knees. Start to take a seat down. Bring that fire into the belly. Friction of the palms into the belly. Fingers pointing down now. Good. Let's inhale, draw ourselves as we sit down deeper, all the way up and reach the arms above the head. You can leave them in a V. You can bend the elbows if you want. You could shine your palms up to the sky. Just pause. See if you can gather a feeling of everything joining into the center. The muscles of thighs, pelvic floor lifting, muscles engaging upward. Good. Let's inhale, come right out of the pose, lengthen the legs. Good. And turn the toes inward. We're going to take a bow forwards. Hands can be on the hips, and just release the head towards the earth. Let all the breath empty. Feel the brain being refreshed by energy, by the blood flow in your body. But when you're ready to rise, just keep the bend in the knees and push off of your thighs. Keep hips low. Inhale and rise right back up. This time inhaling maybe up to the heart and then out to the sides. You can also face the palms up. You can always bend the elbows. If you feel like you're pushing your butt way behind you, pull it underneath the hips. I'll show you from the side position here. Good. Just get a sense of your whole body occupying the space around you. Let's use the affirmation, my body is no burden, I am light as air. My body is no burden, I am light as air. And when you're ready, you can inhale and come up to standing and just heel toe the feet together and let the arms come down and around. Let's come into the half moon position. Inhale, sweep the arms. Let's go over to the left side first. So join the arms above you and press your palms up towards the sky. Good. If you notice your heart closing, round that shoulder back behind you and take a peek over to the side. In any standing pose, our weight is on the balls of our feet, so shift your weight as needed. The affirmation, strength and courage fill my body cells. Circulate this affirmation through your body. Strength and courage fill my body cells. And then we'll inhale and come through center, lengthen through the spine, reach as high as you can. You can even lift the heels off of the ground. Lengthen the whole body, and then exhale, slowly settle heels, release the arms down. Stand bright in the spine and close the eyes for 3 breaths. Let's look into the spiritual eye, sensing the spine. Consciously choose to relax every muscle. Good, and then eyes open, we'll go right to the other side. So inhaling and rising up and over, leaning. Just enough that you touch that place of personal challenge in the body, and breathe as you expand and grow beyond that point. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Strength and courage fill my body cells. And let's expand as we rise out of the pose. So inhaling, if you'd like, come to tips of the toes, lengthen through the body. Good, let's exhale, let the arms come all the way down by the hips. We're going to take a full reset before we rest. Inhale, arms up and around. Exhale, palms down. Calm the space right through the body as you reach towards the earth. Head and the neck release. Inhale, you can lift halfway and press off of your thighs. Your spine is long in its natural curve, so arch the lower back. And then exhale and release. And then roll up the spine. Good. When you get to the top, lift the shoulders and set them down and back, and just stand tall for 3 breaths. Eyes are closed. And then gently coming back. We're going to come into the dancer's pose next. So you can go ahead and catch. Let's start on left side so we're all together. Left foot can either step back, hands into the heart, or if you can reach back and catch the ankle, this is a nice place to continue. And your opposite arm goes to the sky. Now in this pose, your shoulders are framed forward, so everything is directed where your heart is pointing. Good. Stay in the pose. The affirmation while moving through life, I'm anchored in myself. If you want, take a little bend in your front leg and start to hinge forwards. You can get quite a bit further in the pose if you choose to, and stay calm, especially in your supportive foot. Let life flow into your pose, allowing the breath to carry you. When you're ready to leave the pose, you just draw your top hand to the heart and draw the other knee that was bent. See how high you can get it up towards your chest, and then just release it down. Let's go right to the other side. So pointing toes if you'd like. Catch the ankle if you can. Opposite arm up to the sky. Make sure you have a little bend in the supportive leg so that you feel stable. Now careful not to pull your right shoulder behind you, but try to keep everything square and reaching forwards. If you find that you're looking towards the ground, embrace the reality in front of you. Look straight in front, or even better, look to a higher reality by looking to the point between the 2 eyebrows. While moving through life, I am anchored in myself. While moving through life, I am anchored in myself. You draw that knee up towards the chest as you're ready. Take a nice deep breath, lengthen up towards the sky, and then exhale to soften that leg out of the way. All right, let's join the hands on inhalation into the heart. Pause for a moment. Finish by looking through the spiritual eye for at least a breath or more. And relax completely out of the position. We're going to come into triangle pose. So you can take a big step back with your right foot. Your front leg, in this case your left leg, is going to be long and engaged. We're going to slowly start to lower the left hand onto the inside of the thigh, back side of your hand and the knee. And then your other hand, try drawing it up past the heart and open the chest up to the sky. Now, ideally, the bottom hand is not bearing any weight, but you're using the stability of your core to hold you in the pose. The affirmation, energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. Energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. Good pose to smile in to help that joy start flowing through you. Good. Let's see if we can dive just a bit deeper in the pose for the last breath. Dive in as far as the body will allow. Exhale into the depths and then inhale slowly, release out. So we're going to come into a counter pose, bending front knee, reverse the arms, and your left arm up, right arm relaxing. Feel the whole backside of, well, in this case, your right side getting a little bit of a compression or squeezing out, and then inhale to release, and we'll step forwards on that inhale. Good. Exhale as you come center. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, lead with the heart, forward fold all the way down. Inhale to press off the thighs, natural arch of the low spine, lengthen through the crown of the head and release down. Bend the knees and roll up the spine to refresh all the energy. Let's go right to the other side. So this time left foot is stepping back. Your front leg is engaged, so you're pushing the earth away. Good. Inhale to brighten up through the heart. Let the arms come out of the way. It's your right arm this time that goes on the inside of the thigh. And your left arm, try drawing it across the chest to make sure everything's open. And find a comfortable position for your neck. You can look up towards your hand. If you keep the chin tucked close towards the throat, you can look down towards the earth. Very much an invigorating pose, so keep the energy flowing by breathing and expanding. Energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. Energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. See if you can soak in that consciousness. If you can draw a little bit deeper, feel free. In any case, the inhale is what takes you out of the position. Bend the front knee. Take a moment to rest here. Opposite arm goes into the sky. You can also rest it on the heart if it needs a chance to rest. Good. And then inhale takes you out of the pose. You step forwards. Good. Let's take hands onto the thighs. We're going to walk feet a little bit wider apart. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the breath as you slide the hands towards the knees and push all the breath out. Good. When you're empty, that's when you start your rise. Inhale, slide the hands up the thighs. Relax all the breath out. Even see if you can pause for a moment right at the bottom of the breath. See what it feels like to be empty. And then inhale to come up. One more time. Big expansive breath. Belly, ribs, and chest expanding. Let all the breath flow out of the body. Relax the head and the neck. Good, and then let's go ahead and inhale and rise, feet back together. We're going to come down onto our kneeling position. So let's inhale, arms all the way up and around. Good, and take a bow. Let the heart lead your journey. Bend the knees so that your hands touch the earth and start to walk your feet behind you until you're in downward facing dog. So you're pressing out of the earth, looking to your lap. Relax the body and feel a sense of calm flowing through you. The affirmation, calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. We're going to inhale and roll up into plank, so keep the heart pushed into the upper back, your hips are high. And then exhale, push into down dog. Lower spine slightly arching, you're looking behind you. Good, 2 more times. Inhaling, rolling forward, push the belly and heart up into the spine. And then exhale, bend the knees even a little bit, but keep the hips way up towards the sky. And last time we go forwards. Good. And push all the way back. And then draw down towards the knees and take a child's pose. Untuck the toes, reach the hands out, and rest your forehead. Let's use our attention in our practice to relax with each passing breath all the muscles throughout our body. Even tension that may be in the nervous system. We'll end together by joining awareness up to the spiritual eye. Ready to rise out of the pose, you just go ahead and start to slowly draw the head away from the earth till you're on hands and knees. Let's take a big step back with our right foot and we'll seal the toes onto the earth, heel is onto the ground, and send your arm up into the sky for a side plank position. If you don't need your bottom leg, you'd like to work on toning the upper body, see if you can slide that leg out of the way. You might do it for a breath and then come back to rest. Good. And we're invoking the quality of fire in our practice. Careful not to burn yourself. A smile is a great way to manage this pose. The affirmation, once repeated, the calm fire of my concentration burns all restlessness, all distraction. Calm fire of my concentration burns all restlessness, all distraction. You lower out of the pose when you're ready by inhaling and expanding, and then exhaling to release back and down towards the earth. Let's see if we can come down onto forearms. And if you feel that your body would like to, you can lift your back leg and point the toes. You can go as high as you want, head goes down. It's a nice way to stimulate a lot of energy into the left thigh and left hip. And then when you're ready, just push into knees and draw that knee back to the earth. Let's go right to the other side. So left foot goes back and behind you, and we turn left arm up to the sky. Dive right into the affirmation. If you'd like, you can remove the bottom leg at any time for building strength in the core and through the body. The calm fire of my concentration burns all restlessness, all distraction. The calm fire of my concentration burns all restlessness and all distraction. Just think of the power of your concentration burning all of the mental fog. So you feel clear and calm within your body. We'll lower down gradually. Of course, one inhale, always to brighten, expand to the fullest extent, and then slowly release. And we're going to do just as we did on the other side. See if you can touch the toes of the earth, come down onto the forearms. And if you can point the toes and lift the leg, that's a little bonus. Head comes down. And then inhale to come to center. So let's exhale and come right into a cat pose, rounding the back, looking towards the left. Inhale, draw the belly low and peel the chin and crown of the head towards the sky for cow. Just a couple rounds like this, flushing out the spine. Good, and then exhaling. We're going to go ahead and slide the feet out of the way and continue with some on the ground practices here. So let's join our feet together, knees spread nice and wide apart. Further the feet are away from the body, the easier it usually is on the hips. So you find that position where you're comfortable, your knees are expansive. Hold onto your shins and lift your heart up to the sky. Elbows seal to the rib cage. And let's repeat the affirmation together. Secure in myself, I accept whatever is. Secure in myself, I accept whatever is. And when you're ready, just lower down forward. So bow the heart, walk the hands out in front as far as you're ready to go, and let the head and neck draw towards the earth. Keep walking forwards until you get to the point where your spine can comfortably round and rest. And feel that sense of inner security, where no matter what's going on around you, you feel calm. You are at peace in yourself. When you're ready, you can slowly start to rise. It's nice to come right back into the first phase of this pose. So you pull on the shins a little bit, enough to leverage your heart to lift. Shoulders stay heavy, elbows right by the ribs. If you can, look right to the point between the two eyebrows. Feel all your energy. You're centered in your spine. Remember our affirmation while moving through life. I'm anchored in myself. Feel that sense of anchor. And when you're ready to release, go ahead and do so. You can either just cross the legs, or if you can tuck your right foot behind you and send your left foot crossing over. And finally is to let the knees stack on one another. So in whatever variation of this you're ready, let's send our left arm up to the sky, right arm with thumb pointing down, and just bend the elbows at the same time. And hold on to the back of your t-shirt or sweatshirt. If you can touch your fingers, you can lock them together behind the heart. Just make sure whatever you're choosing is sustainable. Most important here, if you feel that you're caving in your heart looking down, is that you sit up and brighten the whole posture. And let your heart be open and expansive. The affirmation, free in my heart, I live without fear. Free in my heart, I live without fear. As you relax into this pose, you may begin to notice that the agitation of the heart is relieved and that there is a peaceful and calm center within you. Free in my heart, I live without fear. When you're ready to release, just gently let go of any binding behind the back. Good. And then take the hands right onto the shoulders and circle them forwards first. Not just the elbows, but the whole shoulder joint. Round it into the front of the body, and then do the opposite, but with a few more rounds. Really open the heart. We always want to finish with an opening quality of energy in the body. And if you need to release the legs, go ahead, but otherwise sit tall and close your eyes. And be unaffected by little momentary fluctuations on the ocean of your heart, waves of emotion. Just sit calmly behind it all, feeling that it's all working its way through. Let's take a deep breath to brighten. Draw the chin towards the throat, lengthen crown of the head, and then exhale and release out. We're going to take a pose in between here, extending legs nice and long out to either side, just to get everything really opened up wide here. You can reach behind you and pull the muscle out of the way if you need to. And let's start with just rubbing on the inner thighs and let your body know that it's safe. Any muscles that are in protective posture here, let them know that you will not be pushing beyond what they're ready for. Working in cooperation, not competition with the body or others. Good. And sit as tall as you can. If you like, you can put hands behind you and just lift the chest. And then when you're ready, you start to walk yourself forwards. Hands might be supportive. Let the back round and slide into your position. Head and neck are the final parts of the body to rest, and this is a passive pose. Even better way to describe it would be a receptive pose. You're receiving. And see if you can really sense the length of your spine in this pose. And feeling that in a very literal sense is the center of your being for now. That everything's coming back to center, and we'll offer that to rise higher in the body. So let your awareness, your sense of feeling, your center of gravity, you might call it, or your bottom line, be at the point between the two eyebrows. The affirmation, I welcome each new opportunity for further growth. I welcome each new opportunity for further growth. We're going to walk our hands over to one side. Doesn't matter, we'll do both sides. So start on which side you'd like. And you just walk them over to the point where you feel your body stimulated by that horizontal exploring. Draw at least one round of full breath before you start to traverse to the other side. Notice when you're in the middle, and then gradually make your way over to the other side. Again, a full breath finds you in the pose, head and neck relaxing, and then walking back through and pushing up through center as you're ready to. Good. We're going to go ahead and slide our left foot into the center. Now you can either come into a cross-legged position if you'd like. We're coming into the Gomukhasana pose. You can step over the knee if that's possible. And lastly is you rest the knees sort of on top of each other. You may look more like this, but if you can get them right on top of each other, that might be nice for your practice. Okay. Sending right arm all the way up to the sky. Raise your hand tall, lengthen the spine. Left arm reaching with thumb pointing down. Bend the elbows at the same time and look for a piece of fabric that you can hold on to. You can touch the hands, join the fingers together. You may note that this side feels different than the first side. Sometimes we have a more dominant side of our body. Now the trick here is not to feel that you're bowing towards the earth or that you're lowering your sense of gravity, but to draw the chin towards the throat and to keep wakeful, especially at the point between the two eyebrows, with a soft focus in the heart. Everything is relaxing upward, the affirmation, free in my heart, I live without fear. Free in my heart, I live without fear. See if you can soften the physical region of the heart and feel that if there's any tension or conflict there, any feeling of hurt towards oneself or even others, let's just go ahead and apply the balm of forgiveness with deep breath and know that your liberation is in that forgiveness. And equally important, so is it for others. Be courageous in your breath. When you're ready, you release the hands slowly, gradually. See if you can stay centered, high in the body. Hands onto the shoulders. Start by rolling the shoulder joint forwards first. Elbows can help to exaggerate that motion and then get bigger and bigger, and we'll reverse the direction. Really dramatic opening of the heart. And release the hands and sit tall comfortably. Close the eyes down if you haven't already. Let go of any ambition, any striving outward, and soften into a long spine. Free in my heart, I live without fear. And let's gently relax out of the pose, and we'll give all that energy a place to go. Let's extend. You can either take feet towards the earth. We're going to do a front stretching pose. So the modified version is knees bent. The full version is legs extended long. Just be mindful of how much your low back is ready for. In any case, we inhale, fingers pointing towards the heels, point the toes, lengthen through the whole front side of the body, and tone the body as you lift and hold. Be sure to smile right when the pose may appear very serious or very intense. And just bring that quality of lightness into your practice. A balance of effort and joy. The affirmation: with a burst of energy, I rise to greet the world. Activate the body. With a burst of energy, I rise to greet the world. Lower down as you need to. We're going to bend the knees and take a roll behind. So careful on your spine. We'll just take a little swing roll forwards and backwards. Massaging the spine. Good. And the posture is going to end in plow position. Knees can come into the chest as an alternative. But if you're coming into plow, take elbows to the earth. Extend the feet behind you as you push off of your elbows and hold on to your hips. If your feet touch the earth, that's wonderful. Take care of yourself in whatever version you find yourself. The affirmation: new life, new consciousness, now flood my brain. New life, new consciousness, now flood my brain. It's easy to see where this affirmation comes from, as all the energy is flowing upward. When you're ready to, you bend the knees, release the hips out of the hands, and just take a little rocking, this time side to side. Imagine that you're looking behind you. All the energy continues to flow upward. And then on your back, take one hand to each knee, relax the spine to the earth, and just let it all transfer into the hips by circling the knees away from each other and then back towards the center. Really work through anything that may be holding in the sacrum or the hips. So you're stirring the femur into the hip joint, sort of like a wooden mixing spoon in a big bowl. And then reverse the direction, stirring around and sort of loosening any frozen areas in the joint. Energetically, this is the center of childlike joy. If you feel any blocks to a childlike approach to life, where you're creative, fun-loving, easily adapting, just feel that they're all melting away, transforming. Good, and then let's join the knees back together, hands behind the knees here, and just start with a little swinging of the feet. And then draw the head off the earth, come right back into your vertical rolling on the spine. Take as many rounds as you'd like. You may do more or less. And then we end up back onto the earth. We're going to come into fish pose. Legs extend nice and long here. Hands are facing down, elbows connected to the earth with a slight bend through the arms. Lift and slide onto the back
well, you'd call it a corner, but the back area of your skull, and use the strength and balance on the arms to keep the chest lifted from the ground. This ideally is a comfortable or a relatively comfortable pose. There should be no pain in the neck. You're not balancing your whole weight on the head. Most of it is in the elbows, and you're lifting your chest higher to support you. The affirmation, my soul floats on waves of cosmic light. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light. And when you need to, you just slide the head out of the way and then slowly let the heart follow and your back onto the earth. Bend the knees, feet on the earth, and just let the knees wave side to side. Nice way to flush out the low spine here. You can take arms nice and wide while you do this for a little extra stretching and movement of energy. Some of us even like hands above the head. And we rest them on the ground. And we're going to come into a figure four pose when you feel ready to. Cross, let's start with, we'll do left side so that we're together. So left ankle over the right knee, and then just reach behind the right leg and hold on. The closer the right knee is towards the body, the more intense the pressure on the left hip. The further the left knee is from the body, the more intensity of sensation there is in the hip. Let's use the affirmation, my life is built upon a foundation of peace. My life is built on a foundation of peace. Some of us like to straighten the right leg. You can even walk your hands up the leg if it's available. And you may even be able to roll onto the back a little bit. In any case, don't worry if these postures aren't available. You just do whatever is available from where you're resting. Let's do the other side when you're ready. So right ankle crossing. Hold on to the back of your left leg. Again, the closer the left knee to the body, the more intense the sensation. And the further away the right knee from the shoulder, the stronger the sensation. Peace is described as the relief from all agitation. And imagine that, your life being built on a foundation of peace. Sensations are still happening. The world is still revolving. But you are in a state of not being touched by it, not agitated. If you've straightened the leg on the other side, it's left leg this time, you might explore that. And sometimes we can sort of roll onto our upper back and, find different little expressions of this. It's just a nice way to get into the hip. And then we'll all lower down. So let's flag the knees side to side. That means waving them left and right. Get into an awareness of your spine. When you feel ready to, just pause in neutral. Close the eyes. And imagine that there were a river flowing from the base of your spine through your body. A strong current flowing all the way through the heart and the throat. And carrying with it any agitation. We're going to take that and intensify the practice by lifting the hips up off of the ground. This is a bridge position. Use the strength of your legs to hold you. Some of us like arms above our head. You're most welcome to if it feels comfortable. They're resting on the earth, or you can set them underneath the hips and squeeze the shoulders underneath the body. And the idea here is to really add a little bit more intensity to that process of upward flowing energy. The affirmation, my every thought is a bridge to divine grace. My every thought is a bridge to divine grace. You might even fancy the affirmation to be, with my every thought, I relax into divine grace. You lower down whenever you feel that you need to. It can be quite nice to hug the knees in towards the body and just hold yourself in a little ball position here. This is a nice way to draw your sense of center back to one single point. And it's practitioner's choice beyond this point. Any pose that you're craving, if you like a deep twist at the end of your practice, if you like to be inverted, maybe you really enjoyed plow position, so you're sending feet back over the body. One inversion that you might like is the supported shoulder stand, where elbows are plugging into the earth. We're pressing off of the elbows and lengthening feet into the sky, catching the hips in the hands. So whatever you're choosing, settle into that process of exploration, of discovery. Let's carry the affirmation, Om Shanti. We use that for whatever pose we're in. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Today we're going to have a chant to round us out into our final posture, which will be either Shavasana, or you may like to sit in a meditative seat. It's your choice. Let's do a little preparation to approach this final pose. Shavasana is legs extended out long, palms facing up. Gently draw the shoulder blades together underneath your heart, and then relax the heart onto that support. Look up and down with the nose and make sure that you're at a nice neutral position. If your chin is flipped higher than your nose, you may need a little support in your head. You may like a blanket in this Shavasana. Feet and ankles naturally turn out in a very gradual
and natural way. When you do approach the pose in its finality, go ahead and take a double inhalation through the nose. It sounds like this. Double exhale through the mouth. Let's do it with a light tension, as though you are evening all of this energy awakened through the body. So double inhale. Squeeze the feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, glutes, belly, ribs, chest, through the arms, shoulders, throat, and face. And then just gently release. Again, start from the feet, a wave of gradual tension until the whole body is engaged. And relax and let it all flow. Let's continue with expansive belly breathing. As you inhale, let the belly fill out and expand. As you exhale, relax yourself back in. Good. We'll move into the region of the heart where we'll find an expression of a chant today. Let's do the chant, "From Joy I Came." And if you know these words, well, you'll probably catch them quite quickly. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came. Let's continue deeper into our final moments of our practice. By releasing any last pockets of tension, any habits of thought, let it all flow in the stream of your consciousness. We'll abide in wakefulness for about 5 minutes together of perfect silence, listening, increasingly aware of our internal and external experience. Go ahead and relax in, and you'll hear the sound of a chant bringing you out. Remaining perfectly still in your body. Let these sounds wash and rinse through your heart. night and day, night and day. I look for thee night and day, night and day, night and day. I look for thee night and day, night and day, night and day. I look for thee night and day, night and day, night and day. I look for thee night and day. Let's draw some deep conscious breath into the heart. Feel the heart clean and clear. And let all of that clarity move upward. Imagine that you're floating through infinity on waves of light. Your consciousness knows no boundary, infinitely expansive, and the freedom that you feel to expand. Feel every cell of your body recharged by this internal experience. Finally unburdened by inner conflict or stress, we can just rest in a state of peace. Let's do so for about a minute together. I'll keep track of the time. Rising from the stillness of your practice, little waves of awakening flow from the center of your being out to your hands and your feet. And feel yourself reanimating with the will, consciously coming back, courageously returning to the body. Move in any way that you need so as to stimulate the way that you need to be. And we'll all meet in a comfortable seated posture in our own timing. Staying in tune with this inner melody that you've begun to become aware of, and with the tempo of your breath, nice slow movements, gradual awakening back to your seat. Palms will face up when you do arrive, and we'll lift the chest open wide and relax the shoulders behind the heart. Draw the chin gently towards the throat, crown of the head will lift up towards the sky so that you can feel that you are an open channel in this moment. Let's scan the body from the feet. Notice if there's any holding in the feet or the ankles, the calves or the knees. Just imagine that you're softening your fist. You're softening that grip up through the thighs or the hips, the belly, ribs, and chest. the back side of the body, along the spine, especially at the base. Feel softening there. Even as you sit taller and we move up through the spine, gradual relaxation into the heart, through shoulders and arms, into the hands, and then the neck, especially point at the base of skull, top of the spine. Just let it be relaxed. Let's look through the inner window of the spiritual eye by looking upward and outward to the distance. Sensing that your spine is the center of your being, and that where our awareness rests on that ladder of awakening changes how we experience this world. Let's climb higher in our heart's aspirations every moment of every day to keep our awareness upward lifted, to feel ourselves always anchored into our sense of center, to be a sentry in this world of calmness. Join the hands together in front of the heart. We'll close with healing prayers. If there's anybody in this world that you'd like to pray for in particular, feel free to draw them into this moment now. If you'd like to pray for a group of people or even the world at large, you can extend your prayer to them as well. It's important that we always pray first for those who have open and receptive hearts, for they are the ones that will receive the prayers. And secondly, we can extend the prayer like a shaft of light piercing into the darkness to see if any other souls may be ready to move closer towards that light by praying for all souls. So let's rub the palms together. Good, and offer your body as a channel. Extend the palms on either side of the head, especially relax the body in this moment. And let it be a channel for higher vibration into this world. Let's Om 3 times to attune ourselves with that reality. Deep breath to begin. We lovingly let it be by drawing hands together in prayer. Gentle bow with the head towards the hands. We're bowing to the divine nature, that sense of anchored awareness that we feel in this moment. And we're choosing to align ourselves in every moment that we can be present with this higher state of being. We bow to the divine nature within all beings, knowing that no matter how they act outwardly, they have the same divine nature as you and I. We honor that place and say Namaste. Namaste. Take your time slowly coming back and opening the eyes. And see if you can carry this practice with you as you move through your day, as you move through your week, to notice when you feel like you're on the periphery of your own sense of self, when you feel like you've expanded or dissipated into the space around you. Draw yourself back to center by listening to the breath and by feeling present and grounded. And you'll find that the waves of fluctuation out there in the world won't affect you as powerfully, for you know who you are in your heart, which is calm and peaceful. So have a joyous and beautiful day today, and share your light with all of those who you meet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.